Hello, dear students. Welcome back to our news channel. Today, we are going to talk about a very important event happening in the world right now. What's happening in Syria? The president of Syria, Bashar al Assad, has been in power for 24 years, but now he has stepped down and fled to Russia with his family. This has left the country in a state of change and uncertainty. So, what does this mean for Syria and its people and the world? So, let's break it down together in simple terms for you to understand, especially for students who are in primary grades. Now, first, just understand a little about Syria. Where is Syria? For that, you have to open map, and it's a country in West Asia, rich in history and culture. But for the last 13 years, Syria has been in a terrible civil war. Okay, तो क्या हो रहा था सीरिया लास्ट 13 ईयर्स से सिविल वॉर एक बहुत ही भयानक सिविल वॉर में सीरिया फंसा हुआ था. This means people in the same country have been fighting against each other. The war started because many people were unhappy with the President Assad's government and they wanted freedom and better lives. But instead of peace, the country faced bombings, destructions, and sufferings. As a result, millions of Syrians had to leave their homes. Imagine being forced to pack your things and move to a new place just to stay safe. That's the reality for many Syrian families. तो हुआ क्या था, बात थी 2011 की. और उस टाइम पर फोर्सेस ने जो सीरियन सिविल वॉर जब शुरुआत हुई थी 2011 में, उस टाइम पर बहुत सारी टेरिटरीज कैप्चर हो गई थी. एंड thanks to support from allies like Russia, Iran and Hezbollah, Syrian forces जो कि असद को सपोर्ट कर रही थी, बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स को कैप्चर कर लिया था. बट डिस्पाइट दीज गेन्स हिज ग्रिप ऑन पावर वीकेंड. Right? Why? Because the Syrian economy was in shambles. And over 13 years, the country's GDP dropped by a staggering 87% from 68 billion in 2011, 68 billion in 2011 to just 9 billion in 2023. क्या हुआ था कि भाई कैप्चर तो कर लिया बाय फोर्स, लेकिन इकोनॉमी को कौन फ्लरिश करेगा, इकोनॉमी को कौन सपोर्ट करेगा? सो सीरियंस इकोनॉमी इज इन अ वेरी बैड शेप एंड इट्स जीडीपी श्रैंक बाय 87% इन द पास्ट 30 years फ्रॉम 68 बिलियन. भाई 68 बिलियन से 9 बिलियन तक चली गई, इतनी कम, राइट? And on top of it, Western sanctions, corruption, and mismanagement only worsened the crisis. Assad's army was poorly paid, poorly motivated, and battered by repeated Israeli strikes. And then there were the militants, particularly the HTS. और भी एक साथ साथ एक और मिलिटेंट ग्रुप है यहाँ पे जिसके बारे में मेंशन किया गया है, HTS. HTS students, it was once part of Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda का पार्ट था और अभी ये मिलिटेंट ग्रुप है. तो अब अगर हम इससे पहले हम समझते हैं कि बशर अल असद कौन थे. सी, Bashar al-Assad, he became the president of Syria in the year 2000 after his father, Hafez al-Assad, who ruled for, and he ruled for 30 years. And many people say he ruled like a dictator, which means he didn't give people the freedom to make their own choices. And उसके जो रूल के अगेंस्ट में प्रोटेस्ट कब स्टार्ट हो गए थे? 2011 में ही. एंड दैट्स व्हेन द सिविल वॉर बिगैन. Assad's government was supported by powerful countries like Russia and Iran. But after years of fighting, the situation got worse and the economy collapsed and Syrian army became weaker. Finally, Assad had to leave uh, Syria and flee to Russia, leaving Syria in chaos. But who is leading Syria now? अब कौन है चार्ज पे? तो एक और मिलिटेंट ग्रुप, जैसे मैंने आपको पहले बताया था, HTS. HTS क्या है? हयात तहरीर अल शम. Okay, it's in charge, and they are a militant group that was once linked to Al Qaeda, and their leader Muhammad al Jalani says they want to build a better Syria. तो अब वो तो ये कह रहे हैं कि भाई उनको तो सीरिया अच्छा बनाना है, उनको सीरिया बेटर करना है. बट many people are unsure about their plans because HTS has been involved in violence in the past. See, violence cannot be the solution of development. It cannot be solution for development. अब आप सोचो कि एक ऐसी कंट्री जहां पे वायलेंस हो रहा है, कॉमन लोगों को बेसिक फैसिलिटीज नहीं मिल रही है, वहां पे अब ये इमेजिन करो कि उस कंट्री का जीडीपी इंप्रूव होगा, इकोनॉमी इंप्रूव होगा, डेवलपमेंट होगा. दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, राइट? सो इसीलिए लोग जो है वहां के वो अनश्योर हैं. जो अबू मोहम्मद अल जुलानी का जो स्टेटमेंट है दैट दे वांट टू बिल्ड अ बेटर फ्यूचर, बट पीपल आर स्टिल अनश्योर. And there are also other groups fighting for power. For example, there's the Syrian Democratic Forces, SDF. Yes, SDF. तो Syrian Democratic Forces भी हैं, which is made up of Kurdish fighters. Okay, they are made up of Kurdish fighters, right? And उसके अलावा और भी हैं, जैसे सदर्न मिलिशिया में, which is backed by Jordan. All these groups have different ideas about how Syria should be ruled, right? सबकी different different ideas. सबको लगता है कि वो अपने तरीके से अगर रूल करेंगे, अपनी तरीके से अगर सीरिया का डेवलपमेंट करेंगे, तो सीरिया दोबारा से जैसे पहले अपनी पुरानी इकोनॉमी थी वहां पे वापस आ जाएगा. पर ऐसे पॉसिबल नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर हम HTS की बात करते हैं, हयात तहरीर अल शम की, विच इज नाउ एट प्रेजेंट सबसे पावरफुल ग्रुप यही है. पावरफुल, सबसे पहले आपको देखो, असद चले गए रशिया, असद चला गया रशिया, उसके बाद कौन बचा पीछे? HTS. HTS. HTS, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. It claims to have distanced itself from Al-Qaeda, and it says that it wants to respect Syria's ethnic and religious diversity. However, its ranks include foreign fighters who, joined the group for jihad. अब HTS का मेन एलाई कौन है? सीरियन नेशनल आर्मी. इसका मेन एलाई है सीरियन नेशनल आर्मी, which is again a Turkish-backed militia, and together the HTS and SNA led the offensive that toppled Assad. तो असद के अगेंस्ट में जिन्होंने ऑफेंसिव मूव किया था, वो यही दोनों थे. The second major faction is the Southern Front. Okay, Southern Front, which is a coalition of militias in southern Syria, some of which are supported by Jordan. And this group advanced from the south while HTS and SNA attacked from the north. तो HTS SNA नॉर्थ से अटैक किया था, SF ने सदर्न फ्रंट, नाम से ही पता चल रहा है कि भाई साउथ से अटैक किया था. थर्ड ग्रुप इज द सीरियन डेमोक्रेटिक फ्रंट, SDF. Syrian Democratic Front. Now, this Kurdish-led group has enjoyed autonomy in northeastern Syria, and it was a key ally of the United States in fight against the ISIS. तो ये northeast में हो गए, right? Finally, we have the Alawite militias, which is based in Syria's coastal region. And Assad and much of his regime belong to the Alawite sect, which now face, and now Assad has fled, right? So it faces an uncertain future. HTS a Sunni Islamist group has asked this particular faction, Alawite, to cut ties with Assad's fallen regime. While, HTS is still in a uh, transitional form, the big question is whether this coalition of groups can together hold the country. क्योंकि अब इतने सारे ग्रुप्स हैं, इतने सारे ग्रुप्स में डिवाइडेड है। नॉर्थ में HTS SNA है, साउथ में SF है, SDF है नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न में, कोस्टल रीजन में अलावाइट्स हैं। तो अब इतने सारे डिफरेंट ग्रुप्स हैं। क्वेश्चन ये है कि क्या ये सीरिया को टुगेदर होल्ड कर पाएंगे कि नहीं, राइट? तो सवाल मेन यही है। और अब क्वेश्चन ये भी बनता है कि अब आगे क्या, राइट? तो और साथ साथ व्हाई सीरिया इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द वर्ल्ड, दुनिया के लिए सीरिया क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है? व्हाई डज जियोपॉलिटिक्स मैटर? सी, Syria is located in a very strategic place and it's close to Europe. It's not just close to Europe, but it's also close to Asian Africa. And it also has important naval bases like the one in Tartus, which is used by Russia. And for Iran, Syria has been a close ally and a way to support another group called Hezbollah in Lebanon. And for Turkey, it's about having more influence in the region. So you see, many powerful countries care about what happens in Syria. Now, what are the challenges? Let's think about what happens next. See, building a Syria won't be easy. Why? The country has been through so much destructions. Schools, hospitals, homes have been destroyed by these groups only. And millions of people are still living as refugees in other countries. And the groups in power, like HTS, have to prove they can rebuild the country and make it safe for everyone. And there's also the fear that Syria could fall into more chaos, like what happened in other countries after their leaders were removed. जैसे लिबिया में हुआ था, इराक में हुआ था. So Libya and Iraq faced years of violence and instability after their leaders were overthrown. तो जैसे लिबिया और इराक में उनके लीडर्स को रिमूव कर दिया गया, फिर वहां के जो वायलेंस हुआ, कंडीशन और फर्दर खराब हुई, तो कहीं वही हाल फिर से सीरिया का ना हो जाए. Now, what can the world do? See, world has a big role to play in helping Syria. Countries can work together to provide aid like food, medicine, and help to rebuild schools and hospitals. और जैसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हो गया यूनाइटेड नेशन, वो पीस टॉक में और एंगेज कर सकते हैं ताकि सीरिया दोबारा से वायलेंस की तरफ ना जाए. But the most important thing is for the Syrian people to come together and decide what kind of future they want. A future where everyone, no matter their religion or background, feels safe and free. Right? So, what lies ahead for Syria? It's a tough road, but it's not possible. It's not impossible. Yes, the country has a long history of strength and resilience. And while there are many challenges, there's also hope. So let's keep Syria in our thoughts and learn from their story. It's a reminder of how important peace, unity, and strong leadership are for any country. So thank you for listening. If you have any questions or wants to learn more, feel free to ask. Until next time, stay curious and informed.